Right, well, if you love toys, then you are going to absolutely adore this. I mean, just look at him. He is a tin plate monkey from around 1900, so he's about 120 years old, and he is hilarious. If he doesn't put a smile on your face, you've got a serious problem. He is original, he's German, tin plate, and he's transfer printed, so he's not hand painted, he's just transferred. He's in a dreadful, dirty condition, and he's missing his little tail. And I'm sure by looking at him, you know exactly what he is and what he does. He's a money box for a child well before the First World War. So his tail was there, and you simply flick the tail and the coin should go in it. And I'm going to demonstrate. Hang on there, I'll get a coin. Right, now I've been practicing this and I can tell you I am still completely rubbish. This is how he's supposed to work. So you put the coin in the plate and you flick the tail, but this is what generally happens. The coin just, it's like he's been drinking. He just chucks the coin all over the place. I think in 1900, a big, thick, heavy penny, if you had one, it would probably work, but you get the idea. So the money gets thrown into the monkey's mouth, and the child not only has a great toy to play with, but they can collect coins. So it's a great way of saving money. And of course, encouraging adults to give the child money. It's a win-win. It's missing the key on the back there, but it doesn't matter because you can open up the tray and retrieve the money. So these things were very popular from 1900 onwards, even though in Germany they'd been making tin plate toys from about 1850. Come the First World War, 1914, 1918, the market for German tin plate toys basically imploded on itself because nobody wanted to buy German products for obvious reasons. We were at war with them. And so manufacturing kicked off again after the First World War. By then the Americans were in the market, so were the British and the French and other Europeans making tin plate toys, although the Germans were the best at making them. Then after the Second World War, with the Marshall Plan in Japan, Japanese manufacturing kicked off with tin plate toys, and the Japanese basically took over the market in the 1950s, 1960s. You might be old enough to remember the 1960s tin plate robots. I mean, they are worth big money these days. They were made in Japan. So the tin plate market for toys pretty much came to an end circa probably 1970, something like that. But they'd been made for around 120 years up until that point. Of course, there are companies that make reproductions of these things now, and there are some that try and pass them off as real ones. You've got to watch out for those. But what I want to do here is show you how to improve this toy. This is one of mine. I've just bought it. He's in natural condition and filthy, so I'm going to show you how to clean him and get him ready for sale. We can be forgiving with the tail, but I think will make a big difference. So here we go. All you need is hot soapy water, some earbuds, paper, and to finish him off, a little bit of the old Wonder Beeswax Canoba wax wax. Here we go. So you can see how dirty he is. Let's get some nice hot water and give him a soap up gently, because under there, oh, hang on a moment, stay where you are. I'm going to bring it close to the camera in a second. There's a lot of dirt. A lot of the paint has been lost, but lifting the dirt is revealing whatever paint is left underneath. Because remember, these things were made to be played with by children. I mean, when it comes to human beings, children are the worst at looking after stuff. So they're bound to damage, mark, scratch and scrape off paint. But that looks a lot better already. Look at that face. The difference between one side and the other is pretty remarkable. So there's the idea. You know that we've done these videos before and I keep saying it's not rocket science. Well, it isn't, right? So all I'm going to do now is show you another area maybe as an example. So along the edge there, let's just give him a good old clean and you'll get an idea of what's going to happen. And then I'll do this off camera and then I'll bring him back to you. Let's have a look. I mean, quite a difference already if you just look from one side to the other. Right, over to me. I am now going to give him a really good clean up and improve him, hopefully, vastly. Come back in about 2 seconds. And get ready for the big reveal. Ta-da! Look at him. Absolutely drop dead gorgeous. So I've cleaned him with soapy water, hot water, let him dry, and then I've waxed him up. Just a light coating of beeswax with a bit of Canova in there. And I haven't thoroughly cleansed it because you don't want him to look, you know, new. He's got to keep his aged appearance, but he now has a face. So here come some before and after shots. Now, you see, when I bought this little monkey, I assumed he didn't have a face. I mean, look at him, right? I thought all the paint had been completely rubbed off, but as luck would have it, with the elbow grease and hot water and a little bit of wax, you end up with this. A face from heaven. Isn't he gorgeous? The colours are absolutely magnificent. I haven't over cleaned it for obvious reasons, but he is just positively dripping in charisma and desirability. Here he is again as found, looking ropey and with no face. And then look at him. Come on, you can't tell me you haven't fallen in love. And as we know, this channel here on YouTube is all about antiques, but it's also about making money. So I have taken 55 minutes in total to make this video whilst cleaning him, to wax him, polish him and prepare him. And I think I've turned this circa 1900 little money box from something worth 100 quid and a bit to something worth well over 200 in about 50 minutes. That's not bad going. I've also waxed all his joints up, and I think his little system of catching coins is now vastly improved. So there we have it. Here we go. Nice and waxed. 1, 2, 3. Bad. Wait. 1, 2, 3. Useless. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'm David Harper. Until next time, cheerio.